Have you ever noticed that the harder you try to find peace, the farther it seems to move away? What if the very thing you've been chasing has been waiting for you, only after you stop running? Stay with me for a few moments, because one quiet idea from ancient Buddhist wisdom has transformed countless lives, not through force, not through endless motivation, but through something so simple that most people overlook it every single day. This isn't a secret that promises instant success. It won't tell you to hustle harder. It won't convince you that happiness is hiding behind another achievement, another purchase, or another perfectly planned future. Instead, it asks one gentle question: what if nothing is wrong with this moment? For many people, that question feels almost uncomfortable, because we've trained ourselves to believe that life is always supposed to become something else. A better job, a better body, a better relationship, a better version of ourselves. Our minds become travelers that never arrive. Even while sitting in a peaceful room, we're mentally living inside tomorrow. And while chasing tomorrow, today quietly disappears. This is where Buddhist wisdom begins, not with changing the world around you, but by changing the relationship you have with this very breath. Right now, without noticing it, most people spend their lives carrying invisible weight. Not physical weight, mental weight. The conversation they can't stop replaying. The mistake from years ago. The fear of disappointing others. The pressure to become someone worthy of love. Little by little, these invisible stones fill the backpack of the mind. Eventually, even ordinary days begin to feel exhausting. You wake up tired. You scroll endlessly. You search for distractions. Not because life is impossible, but because silence has become unfamiliar. Yet Buddhism offers a different path. Instead of asking, "How do I fix my life?" it quietly asks, "What happens if I stop fighting my experience?" At first, this sounds impossible. How could stillness solve anything? How could sitting quietly help with real problems? But consider a lake after a storm. When the wind finally stops, the water doesn't struggle to become clear. It simply settles. No effort. No forcing. The clarity was never missing, only disturbed. Your mind is remarkably similar. Every anxious thought, every restless emotion, every fear, creates ripples across the surface. Most people try to erase the ripples, but Buddhist practice gently invites us to stop creating new ones. Imagine holding a glass of muddy water. If you keep shaking it, it never clears. If you place it gently on a table, time does the work. This is one of the quiet miracles of stillness. Not because stillness magically removes pain, but because it allows wisdom to become visible again. Think about the last time you made a decision while overwhelmed. Maybe you said something you didn't truly mean. Maybe you reacted from fear instead of understanding. We've all done it. When the mind is noisy, everything feels urgent. Every email, every opinion, every mistake, every uncertainty. But when the mind becomes calm, urgency slowly transforms into clarity. You begin responding instead of reacting, breathing instead of rushing, listening instead of defending. This isn't weakness. This is inner strength in its quietest form. Modern life rarely rewards stillness. We're praised for being busy, constantly connected, always productive, always available. Yet many people have everything they once dreamed of, and still struggle to sleep peacefully. Why? Because external comfort doesn't automatically create internal peace. A beautiful house cannot silence an anxious mind. A successful career cannot replace a rested heart. Approval from strangers cannot heal the loneliness we hide from ourselves. Buddhism has gently reminded humanity of this truth for centuries. Peace isn't something you collect. It's something you uncover. Like sunlight hidden behind clouds. The sky never loses the sun. The clouds simply make it difficult to see. In the same way, your peaceful nature has never disappeared. It has only been covered by worry, comparison, fear, and endless mental noise. Perhaps you've experienced moments where everything unexpectedly became quiet. Watching snowfall, listening to gentle rain, walking through a forest, holding someone's hand without speaking, looking at the ocean just before sunset. For a brief moment, Nothing needed fixing. Nothing needed proving. You simply existed. Those moments aren't accidents. They reveal something important. Peace isn't created. It is remembered. The Zen masters often taught that the mind is like a mirror. The mirror doesn't choose what appears. It reflects. When covered with dust, it seems broken, but once gently cleaned, nothing new has been added. Its original nature simply becomes visible again. Many people spend years trying to become peaceful, but perhaps peace isn't something you become. Perhaps it's what remains after the unnecessary begins to fall away. The constant comparisons, the impossible expectations, the belief that your worth depends on achievement, the endless race that nobody truly wins. Imagine setting those burdens down, just for one evening, not forever, just tonight. Notice how your breathing changes. Notice how your shoulders soften. Notice how your thoughts lose a little of their urgency. This is where healing quietly begins. Not through dramatic transformation, but through gentle permission. Permission to pause. Permission to breathe. Permission to simply be human. And in that ordinary moment, something extraordinary starts to unfold. Because the quieter your mind becomes, the more clearly you begin to hear something that has always been speaking beneath the noise. Not the voice of fear, not the voice of pressure, but the quiet wisdom that has patiently waited for you all along. What is that quiet wisdom waiting beneath the noise? It doesn't shout. It doesn't compete with the endless stream of thoughts in your mind. It simply waits, patiently, gently, until you're ready to listen. In Buddhism, there is a simple understanding. Suffering often grows not only from pain itself, but from our resistance to pain. We tell ourselves, this shouldn't be happening. We replay the past. We fear the future. And in doing so, we unknowingly multiply the weight we're already carrying. Imagine holding a small pebble in your hand. It isn't heavy at first, but if you grip it tightly for hours, your hand begins to ache. The pebble didn't become heavier. Your grip became stronger. Many of our worries are like that pebble. The mind keeps holding them, believing that letting go means giving up. But letting go isn't surrender. It's choosing not to suffer twice. The first pain may be unavoidable. The second is often created by the stories we tell ourselves. This is why meditation is so powerful. Not because it removes every difficult emotion, but because it teaches you that you are not every thought you think. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine sitting beside a peaceful river. Leaves float across the water. Some are bright. Some are dark. Some move quickly. Others drift slowly. Now imagine that every leaf is a thought, a memory, a fear, a hope, a judgment. You don't have to jump into the river to chase them. You don't have to stop the current. You simply watch. One leaf passes, then another, then another. Eventually, something beautiful happens. You realize the river keeps flowing whether you cling to the leaves or not. Your mind works the same way. Thoughts naturally arise. Thoughts naturally fade. Peace comes when we stop treating every thought as a command. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless. A Zen life isn't about avoiding sadness or pretending everything is perfect. It is about meeting every emotion with kindness instead of fear. When joy arrives, welcome it. When sadness visits, sit with it gently. When anxiety appears, breathe with it instead of fighting it. Every emotion is like weather. Storms never stay forever. Neither do sunny skies. Everything changes. This understanding is one of Buddhism's greatest gifts. Nothing remains exactly as it is. Your stress will change. Your grief will change. Your happiness will change. Even this very moment is already becoming the past. If everything changes, then your hardest season cannot last forever. Maybe you've been telling yourself that you're behind in life, that everyone else seems calmer, happier, more successful. But comparison quietly steals the peace of the present moment. A flower never compares itself to the tree beside it. The moon never apologizes for arriving after the sun. Nature doesn't rush. Yet everything unfolds exactly when it should. Perhaps your life is unfolding in its own quiet timing too. Not late. Not early. Simply different. There is incredible freedom in accepting that your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You don't have to win every race. You don't have to impress every stranger. You don't have to carry expectations that were never yours to begin with. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is slow down. Take one mindful breath. Drink your morning tea without reaching for your phone. Listen to birds before listening to headlines. Walk without needing a destination. Rest without feeling guilty. Smile without needing a reason. These moments may appear ordinary, yet together, they quietly reshape your life. Because peace is not built through one dramatic breakthrough. It grows through thousands of gentle moments that remind your nervous system, you are safe. You are here. You don't have to run anymore. Sleep becomes deeper. Conversations become softer. Your reactions become wiser. Your heart becomes lighter. Not because life has become perfect, but because your relationship with life has changed. The Buddha's teachings were never about escaping the world. They were about seeing the world clearly. A clear mind doesn't erase challenges. It gives you the courage to meet them without losing yourself. So tonight, before you fall asleep, pause for just 1 minute. Place a hand over your heart. Take one slow breath in, and one slow breath out. Silently thank yourself for making it through another day. Not because every moment was easy, but because you kept going. That alone deserves compassion. Tomorrow doesn't require a new version of you. It simply invites you to arrive with a quieter mind. Remember this. You are not broken. You are not falling behind. You are not defined by your busiest thoughts. Beneath the noise, beyond the fear, under every layer of stress, there has always been a peaceful place within you. It has been waiting with extraordinary patience. And every mindful breath is a step back toward that quiet home. If this message brought even a small sense of calm to your heart, carry it with you today. Return to it whenever life feels loud. Because stillness is never far away. It is only one conscious breath away. Thank you for spending these peaceful moments with us here on Soft Zen Mind. If this video helped you feel a little lighter, please gently support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who may need a moment of peace today. Until we meet again, may your mind grow quieter, may your heart grow lighter, and may you discover that the peace you've been searching for has been quietly living within you all along. Take gentle care, and we'll see you in the next journey on Soft Zen Mind.